Let's take a deep breath together. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Wherever you are, I invite you to ground into your body, into this moment. Let's begin. So it's been a while. It's been a while since I've been here, since I've recorded a podcast, since a podcast has come out. It's been about 6 weeks. And so I'll just get into the obvious of some things that have been happening. Number one, you may have noticed the new cover art and podcast name, Embrace the Dark and the Light. So this is the new name of the podcast. This is the new name of an extension of what I am doing and what this is. And I can't wait to tell you why. It's been in the works. That's a part of the reason why I've been quiet for a little while. And so let's get into it. Why the change? So this name, this brand, Embrace the Dark and the Light, has been on my heart for a while now. As many of you know, I've been working on a book that will be published next year. April 2026 is the current publish date. And that book is called Embrace the Dark. And that phrase, Embrace the Dark and the Light, has become more than just a title of the book. Frankly, Embrace the Dark and the Light was around before the book came into being. But that phrase has become a way of life for me. That phrase, Embrace the Dark, has really become the guiding truth by which I hold myself against and the people I work with against all the time of, are you embracing both the shadow and the brightness, the beauty in your life? Because I don't know about for you, but for me, sometimes it's easier to embrace the dark. It's easier to acknowledge or talk about or feel the hard things. And it's less easy to feel the beauty and the joy in moments or to see the positive in things. So that's a little bit behind it. And so I realized that the podcast and kind of everything I create needed to grow into that truth, that phrase as well. I wanted to create more alignment between what I share here, the work I do with clients, and the bigger vision of where my and maybe our work is headed. More on that in the future. So this is still and will always be the space where we talk about the messy middle, where we talk about shadow work, healing, creativity, personal growth, spirituality. And I wanted a name to reflect that and that held both sides of our journey in life, the darkness and the light, the pain and the joy, the endings and the beginnings. So another reason for this change is that along with aligning more closely with my book and my brand, for years, I have been torn, and friends can attest to this, therapists, coaches, other people that I've worked with can attest to the real conundrum that I felt I was in between creating and building my own thing, something that was my own identity, and keeping and maintaining my original brand of Happy Rebel. Because you see, I've talked about this before, but in case you haven't been aware, I did not create the original brand Happy Rebel. That honor actually goes to a woman who would like to remain nameless that I purchased Happy Rebel from back in 2019 when it was originally actually a subscription box company that also sold and created some of its own products. So that brand, that business was my launch pad. It was my beginning, but it wasn't the destination. In fact, the phrase embrace the dark and the light came from Happy Rebel and the logo of the sun and the skull. And that tagline was meant to honor the dichotomy that we experience in life, that up and down, the magic and the messiness, on and on. So I hope that you will join me and continue to stay along for the ride in the evolution of not only this podcast, but the evolution of me in a lot of ways. The renaming of the podcast, the coming out of this book, this is all me stepping into my own power and my own creation, which is a journey that I have talked about for the year and a half that this has been going. And so this is me saying, this is mine, this is me, but I would love to share it with you. So if you've been here for a while, or maybe even since the beginning, don't worry. The heart of the show is staying the same. I'll still be doing solo episodes. I'll still be interviewing incredible guests and exploring the deep, weird, wild, and beautiful work of being human. But you'll start to see some changes too. You'll see new themes, deeper storytelling, more integration with the book and the ideas in the book, some upcoming courses that will be revolving around that work, and a little bit more of my creativity. And honestly, I hope to integrate a little bit more of my lightness, because in the real world, as serious and deep as I can be, I also have a pretty wicked, sarcastic, dark sense of humor, and I'd like to bring that in. So that's what this means, along with if you are a fan of the Happy Rebel products, the journals, the candles, the clothing, the jewelry, don't worry, those aren't going anywhere. You will still be able to buy the things you know and love, along with some of the new, more embrace the dark and the light options, which will be coming out in the next year. So I know that both from this experience and then just life, as we all know, that change can be hard. Navigating through this change from the idea of it to reality has been hard. It's really been a process for me that started in 19 when I bought the original business, and has weaved and bobbed throughout that almost 6 year period. And that's come with a lot of work, a lot of processing about what it means to let go of something old, or something that really just is no longer giving me what I need, or what feeds me, or what it's no longer aligning with the person that I am now, basically. So that's all to be said. That's what it means for me. That's what it means for you. And in closing, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you for growing with me. Thank you for embracing the dark and the light in your own way. I'm so excited for what's coming next and what this new chapter brings. And just a little plug that if this podcast has ever meant something to you, I'd love it if you could share it with a friend. If you could leave a review or a comment or tag me on socials when you're listening. It means so much. Thank you. And as always, embrace the dark and the light.